Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar, and this is going to be a what a day post. Today was not a great day. I'm not gonna get on here and lie and make it seem like, oh, today was so great. Oh, I had a good day today. No, I didn't. Today was terrible through and through. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all about what was going on and add in a little bit of, I guess, married man side heifer saga, if you will. It's gonna be a mixture, but it's just gonna be a what a day post because there isn't enough to really, to me, just do a married man side heifer saga by itself. So let me go ahead and get into it. Okay, so when I got to work, all I saw was where my name was. All right, now, like I'm still trying to get over my irritation because today I've been pretty much irritated and annoyed all day. So I am where it said all week that I was gonna be. I told y'all before that they had it on a draft stating that Friday, which is today, I would be paired up with the side heifer, and I was like, nah. Nah, I'm glad something told me to look at the whole schedule, like look at the whole layout. Nah. So I told the person who was in there at the time, I was like, go ahead and change this because this ain't gonna work. Like, I don't have time for it. Like, I don't like having to prepare my mind, body, and soul to have to come in here knowing that I'm gonna have to work with her. So if I can avoid it, I would rather just avoid it and do what I need to do, and make sure that my sanity can stay intact. So they changed it so that I would be paired up with somebody who was like new, which is cool because whenever I've worked with him, he does pretty, all right considering, and he, takes direction well, and when it comes to like a lot of the pushing and pulling, the things that I do, majority of the time, I don't mind no matter who I'm with, as long as I ain't work with the side heifer, because she don't believe in teamwork. She'll sit up there and be like, oh, let me go get all this for me, and I'm not gonna bring nothing to you. Like, depending on who it is, if she has decided she don't like you, that's how she do you, if she got to work with you. And it's like, we're supposed to be working as a team, but go off though. So this guy, he, like I said, he takes direction well, and he, outside of that, he's pretty decent with everything else that he has to do whenever he's worked with me. I don't be having no issues with him. So he was all geared up to work with me, and at some point in time today, he even rolled up on me and was like, hey, how you doing? Because I was busy. Like, y'all, I'm so tired of my spirit. When I tell y'all, it would surprise me if somehow I'm able to go home, eat, and fall straight asleep. Like, that's how tired I am. And I got some amazing black-owned products that's, out for delivery right now, too. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. So I'm trying to stay up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay up. So, but anyway, y'all, it's just a lot.
Thank you for your business.
Y'all just ain't gonna get no receipt paper. I'm so sick and tired of this, y'all. Like, I'm so sick and tired. But yeah. So instead of me being paired up with him, they ended up, oh, my buddy here, y'all. Oh, he's being nice, doing something for me. So, my buddy is here. Y'all know I live for him. So anyway, he was kind of feeling some type of way that he wasn't going to be able to be paired up with me. And I did too, because it's like, child, at least I know you're going to do your work and come and tell me when you're going to break. Like, you don't make it difficult. We believe in teamwork. Like, it's like, come on now. He ain't even been here long, and he know what it is like. So anyway, they had me paired up with the young dude who got the 2 kids that I told y'all we text and like talk just about every single day. So I knew he was gonna be there, but I didn't know he was gonna work with me. I was confused because all week, after I had gotten all of that squared away with the people who create the schedule, I just knew I was gonna be with him, and he was disappointed. Like, he came up to me and told me that before I left out yesterday, excuse me, he said, before I left out yesterday, I checked, and it still had us up there working together. And then when I came in, they had just, changed it. And, he'll get used to it because they do stuff like that all the time. I told y'all there are plenty of times they make it look like I'm going to have a great, amazing, easy day on my last day of work, and then they try it. So it is what it is. So anyway, I went to the meeting, and old boy, he asked me, how was I doing? Was I okay? I said, yeah. The dude who has 2 young kids. And so I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And so we had the meeting went fine, and I told him, look, I got to go back and get my stuff because I was late coming into work on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Late meaning I walk in the door right when I'm supposed to walk in the door, and I have just enough time to get to the meeting before the meeting starts. I don't want to see them folks not 1 second longer than I have to. I'm sorry, like, y'all don't understand how infuriating it is knowing I got to come up in there and that Dusty Heifer is there, because she just be doing the most. And I'm going to get to her in a minute. So anyway, I finally go back upstairs because I've gone and retrieved all of my stuff. And so, like, from the time I got back up there, everything was okay at first because I had to do the paperwork. Old boy has never done the paperwork since he's been up there. And I'm like, whatever, I'd rather for it to be right anyway, so I'll do it. So I went and, gathered, did all the number gymnastics, if you will. So I knew how much I was going to need of the different things that we need resource-wise throughout the day. So, excuse me. This air got me. Turn that down a little bit, see if that'll work. So, I didn't mind doing that. So then, I was done doing that, and he kept asking me, like, oh, well, which side you want to run? I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. It's my department. I know how to run both. Like, I just don't care. So I ended up on the hard side, if you will. The dreaded side. The side that people don't live for. So that was fine. I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. I saw what I was working with. Child, please. That stuff about wore me out. It whooped my behind today. It didn't make no sense. And it was stuff out of my control. Y'all, it was so bad that I kept calling maintenance for several, I'm talking about the most important parts of the department. Apparently, it didn't go well yesterday. And so, like, I was like, well, I mean, I wasn't here, but at the same time, I mean, hopefully we'll do better today. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they did no better today, but it was out of my control. I called maintenance, and it was to the point where my supervisor thought he was going to be up there, come up there and fix stuff. Because sometimes it is something easy that he can fix, even though he's not maintenance. But he came up there, and he was right up there looking crazy. Because I'm just like, no. At first, I really was having to stand there and babysit stuff. And I'm like, I ain't got time for this. I have other stuff that's like time consuming that I have to do. Y'all, I couldn't keep up all day. I just could not keep up to save my life. And it didn't make no sense. I should have been able to get back into a groove by the time I came back from my first break. Child, please. Went on my first break, came back. It was just terrible. So when I went on my lunch break, and I just decided I'm just not even going to take my last break. Y'all, I ain't done that in like a year. Like normally, like as of late, I'm getting all 3 of my breaks. I don't play that. But today I was like, no, I don't want the people coming in behind me to have to struggle and, all this stuff or whatever. So I was like, yeah, let me do what I'm supposed to do. So, that's what I did. I just stayed behind. And even then I was still struggling. And I was like, this don't make no sense. So, old boy decided he was going to go on his last break. And I don't know if he texted me or called me and said it in that way instead of just walking up to me and saying, I'm going on break. I don't play that. Like, I had already told him on the first break, I don't have time to do anything. I don't have time to pick up my phone and check no message. Like, no, I don't have time for that. So what makes you think you texting me I'm going on break, if that's what the case was going to be a smart idea? I didn't know until the world was ending on his end. And I'm like, what in the world going on? Where he at? And I just had to figure it out. So then people who work on the lower level came up there The man I told y'all about, who I found out about that soul festival from, he came up there and was like, what you got going on? And I told him what was going on. He could tell that I was frustrated, angry, or whatever, just by looking at me, even though I try to hide it. But it's really hard. It's very hard for me to hide it. I'm already hot as I don't know what. So that's one factor. I'm upset because nothing is going the way that it should, even though I'm doing everything within my power. And it's crazy because even though to me, I'm not doing great, old boy was like, you moving fast. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, why are you moving so fast? To me, I wasn't moving fast. But I guess because a lot of people aren't used to my department, I'm moving fast to them. Because we are supposed to move fast doing things. So, I mean, not just in speed, meaning me walking fast to go and do something in particular, but certain tasks I have to do, like with my hands and all of that stuff. So he was talking about I was fast. I was like, okay, child, I can't tell that I was fast. Like, when I tell y'all, I seriously thought of taking a mental health day for tomorrow, because I don't know what in the world, today was just not it. Like, I don't know what in the world was going on. I was just like, nah, no. And I was like, if they try to say I gotta stay over, oh no, I might just have to go ahead and take two occurrences that I might not even have, like, and just deal with it. Cause child, I'm tired in my spirit. I already didn't get all my rest as usual. Y'all, speaking of, when I woke up to go to work, now keep in mind, before I went to work, the usual happened. I was waking out of my sleep. Get over. See, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. If I had a camera, like the right type of camera where I could just, what are you doing? What are you doing? This person about to cause a wreck. Oh my gosh. Ma'am. I don't understand. Y'all just do not know how to drive. Oh my gosh. Why are you in the passing lane and hitting on brakes and doing ignorant stuff? Child, let me get from around you. Trying to get everybody in a wreck. It's going to be a chain reaction type of wreck. I don't even understand. Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't be understanding. Then they will look at you sideways like you the problem when they was the problem to begin with every time. Oh my gosh. And you better not be trying to speed up out of nowhere with all this time your dusty behind was in the way. Get on somewhere. Y'all, I'm sorry. I just can't. And I'm still reeling from earlier. So anyway, y'all, this boy that pissed me off because he done sat up here, done left and went on break. I ain't know. So like I said, the man from downstairs came up there. He was like, are you okay? He could see on my face that I wasn't okay. I don't do well with hiding how I feel. I really don't. Like, I cannot hide if I'm upset in any type of way. Now, there are times that I'm just looking crazy because I'm looking crazy, but when I'm upset, I can't hide it. So anyway, he was like, I ain't never seen you like this. I don't like this. Like, it really do something to people if they are cool with me and they can tell that I'm off in some way. And I'm not giving off that, happy-go-lucky energy that I normally give off. Like, even if they don't want to be in no good mood, I'm in a good mood, and I rub off on them, and then I, soften them up. Yeah, today they wasn't getting that from me. I'm sorry. I was so tired of my spirit. Went on my first break, went outside in my car, turned the AC up as high as I can get it to go, and froze myself. Like, that's how hot I was. I was like, man, it's hot, and I'm annoyed. This is just too much. And I don't understand. Like, why so much was popping off today. Like, I just couldn't get right for nothing, no matter what I did. So anyway, old boy finally came back from his last break, and I had already made up my mind I'm not going to my last break because I got to catch up so the people behind me aren't screwed. Like, I don't like that. Like, if you can help it, do what you need to do. Now, there are times that you've been going through, like, some people can't go through like I was going through and say, you know what, I'm going to try to, do a little bit to catch up, do the best I can, whatever. They can't do it. They won't be able to do the stuff that we're supposed to do. So I was like, yeah, I'm tired. I ain't got time for it. So, I went on ahead and did what I was supposed to do. I ended up getting messages from the divorced man, y'all. Now, mind you, I went back up front to go and retrieve my stuff. Today is his Thursday Eve, I guess you could say. Friday Eve, I'm sorry. So tomorrow is his last day of work. So we just so happened to cross paths. And so he was like, hey, how you doing? I had just came and, had gotten my ice and my spring water and all this stuff. And so he was like, how you doing? I said, I'm fine. Like, I'm trying to keep it as plain and blah and nonchalant as I can, because people are already doing the most. And that heifer wasn't even there, but I'm still in a space where I don't even want nobody to try to insinuate something going on. Like, let's say hey and keep it moving. I'm good with that. Y'all, this man, he was like, hey, how you doing? Whatever. And I said, well, how was work for you? Since he was trying to hold a conversation. And he was like, man, terrible. Because what he had going on, he works in the most hated department. So, yeah, the most be popping off. And pretty much the same old. I was like, oh, okay. So once he said that, I already knew what it was. So I was like, oh, okay. So he told me he hope I have a good day at work. I was like, all right. So I'm thinking that's the end of it. Y'all tell me why. All right, now, y'all might go ahead and get your popcorn, get your tea, get your. Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh no, not the police. Not the police. Oh, that's the can they pull us over? Can the campus police pull us over? Can they pull us over or no? I feel like they can, but not really. I feel like they can, but not really. So I'm gonna keep on going. So yeah, y'all, get your tea, get your water, get your popcorn, get your candy, whatever snacks that you might like to indulge in when certain things are gonna be real juicy. That's gonna come out. Tell me why. And I already told y'all I'm going to spill my tea. So something popped off, y'all. Tell me why the divorced man texted me several messages in a row. I don't know if it was before he left the building, when he got home. I don't know when it was. I would have to look back at the messages to see the time to make sense of it. But it was either before he left the building or when he got home, because he don't play texting while driving. So I go on my first break because I was so busy, I literally could do nothing. Like, the first break, I was so busy, I couldn't even turn my music on. Like, I didn't even have a second to do that. Like, that's how busy I was. So I went on my first break, and I'm like, what is this? Messages from him. He talking about, hey, baby, or something like that. I want you to be my woman, whatever. Tell me why this man gonna say to me that the wife, the ex-wife, whatever is going on here, that came back to the house, and it's basically like, she basically like, yeah, I'm gonna live here. Like, I guess everything that's going on at her grandmama's house is too much for her. Ain't enough room, I don't know, for her and her son to live. And I'm just like, so she done just came back to the house, and so he gonna ask me if he can stay with me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You telling me that you have all the audacity in the world to say to me, can I move in with you? Can I live with you? I want to be with you anyway, and all this other stuff. What are you talking about? So you over here talking about, she done moved back in, basically. She done came back to the house, and I don't want nothing to do with her. And I'm saying to myself, I feel like my intuition was spot on when you didn't say nothing to me. Meaning, reach out to me in a month leading up to your birthday. Like, your birthday came, you ain't say nothing to me at all. You didn't give me no update, because we were supposed to hang out on your birthday. I was gonna take off. Like, nothing was said. So then a couple of days after that, like a week or so later, all of a sudden, when I made up in my mind, I'm done, I ain't got time, I'm not doing nothing. All of a sudden, it's like your mind and your body and soul just knew what it was hitting for. So I was like, oh, is he gonna let me go? Thank you. Yeah, they doing some kind of random road work. I don't know what, but they doing the most. They ain't been doing it but tearing the road up. Anyway, sorry y'all. So the married man sitting up here asking me if he could come and stay with me Sir, you paying all this money for this place that you live in. You paying all these bills, and you mean to tell me you're going to be still paying these bills while that heifer at the house because you say you don't want nothing to do with her, you don't want to be around her and all this other stuff. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but I'm confused as to what they got to do with me. I can't stand people be in my parking spot. You knew you was wrong. You're a visitor. You supposed to park where you supposed to park, which ain't in my spot. Y'all, I'm sorry. These people people get on my nerves. And when I first moved here, I was told that if you don't live in my apartment building, you are not to parallel park at all in front of our building. And that's what that person did. I swear. I'm so sick and tired of people. I already had an ignorant day at work. Now I can't even park where I'm supposed to park. Child. Anyway, and I'm not finna inconvenience nobody else. No, I'm not gonna inconvenience nobody else. I'm just gonna park in front of them because I'm not trifling like some people. You need to be where you're supposed to be, which is not in my parking spot. Y'all, I'm sorry. But anyway, I don't understand what possessed him to do that. Like, and I straight up told him, I was like, if I were to let you move in with me and all this other stuff, I would be a clown. I would be a dummy. I would be a fool if I sit up here and say, oh, okay, yeah, let me be dumb while you got a whole place that you paying for. Yeah, let me give you a key. Let me give you the extra key to where I live. And yeah, you can move up in here with me while your wife, ex-wife, or whatever she is to you is up at the house, living in the lap of luxury, ain't got to pay a bill because you're not going to let that house go. You did it on purpose to actually have that house because you wanted the house. Like you have told me how much you're so proud of this place and all of that. It's not my type of, whatever. It ain't my tea. It's not my type of, what is it? It's not my kind of tea. It's not my type of tea or whatever. I don't know. I ain't here for it. So, I mean, that is what it is. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I know that once I get older, I am supposed to be where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be in a house. He don't live in the area that I would like to be in and all this other stuff. Like, if we're going to talk about it, I'm just saying, like, if we're going to even, like, playfully entertain the idea of staying together, which I'm not doing it. He's already asked me to move in several times before and all of this. So now you done did all of this. Before this moment, you asking me to move in with you, and now you talking about, well, can I live with you? Because she at the house. Why she still got a key to the house? She should be calling you ahead of time to see if you got to work, because our job is unpredictable. Them people could have told him you got to work over. They could have told him he got to come in early. So that might be a day that he's supposed to go in at one time, and he got to go in 4 hours early, which means that time going to be cut short with the sun, or it's not going to happen at all because he got to sleep. So it's like, what is we doing? Like, if he's not available, because before now, according to him, she was dropping the son off and going on by her business because they are not associating with one another, again, according to him. My suspicions during that month when he didn't say nothing to me at all, when you got my whole phone number, you have my social media, you got all of that, and you ain't say a word to me, I feel like you was rekindling something with the ex and all of that, because I've straight up told you I have nothing to offer. I ain't got nothing going on. Like, no, I'm not in a space where I see myself being in a successful relationship with anybody. I don't see it. I feel like everybody is going to continue to try me over and over again, so I would rather just be by myself and bet on me. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, no matter how many times you try to tell me I'm not like these other people, I wouldn't hurt you, and like he really be like, well, have I done this to you? Well, have I done that to you? No. The problem is the people don't do this stuff to me until after they get with me. I'm telling y'all, a light switch go off in everybody's mind and say, all right, I got this here for now. Let me act a fool like I was going to do anyway. Like, no. I'm good where I'm at. I ain't got time for it. I already know I'm too good of a person to deal with what I've already dealt with before. I am tired. I don't want to deal with it no more. I don't want that for myself. I want better for me. So I'm going to continue to give better to myself. if something happens in the future where it's undeniable that I'm supposed to be with somebody, even if it's him, then I feel like it's going to happen no matter what I'm saying. But as of right now, it's blaring red flags. I ain't got time for it. You done lost your mind. Sir, you're not finna come up in where I live, where I pay all the bills. All of them. Why, that heifer over there living in the lap of luxury. No. She ain't got to pay no bills, and she don't pay no bills. So I'm not finna sit up here and continuously be the one paying all, because I know you're not finna sit up there and pay bills for her as well. I know you're not going to do that. I know you're not going to pay my bills and then pay hers, because the way he tried to make it, the way he tried to play it was, oh, well, I'm going to continue to pay the bills. When he was talking about he was asking me to live with him. He was like, well, no, I'm paying everything. I'm like, oh, okay. And so, like, he tried to make it seem like he wasn't going to try to, like, come out of nowhere and make me go half on stuff and all this or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So, and that I could still work and he wouldn't try to run me and all of that. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. But this situation, I see it going nowhere. As I've already told him before, I told him in the messages that I don't see a future for us. I know for a fact that you do not have enough time. You don't have enough time to dedicate to a relationship with me, because I'm the type of person that I require quality time. I require attention. I require you to show me that we supposed to be together and that you actually care. You ain't got time for that. Your son is going to always come before me. I ain't mad at that. I just understand what my role would be. Just as if I were to have a child, my child will come before you. So, it is what it is, but everything be sounding great when we are actually in the moment and having these conversations, but nah. This has added a whole new dynamic and I refuse. I ain't got time for it. I do not have time for it. You done lost your mind. Like I straight up told him, I said, yeah, so why is your wife there? Why is your ex-wife or whatever she is there? Like, I'm not understanding. How was she able to just get in? Like, why? She shouldn't have a key to none of your stuff, and if she did, it should have been changed. She moved out, took all this stuff. Why wasn't it sold? Since she ain't got nowhere to go and take the stuff. I don't know. It's just so many different things that ain't adding up for me. I'm just like, you already put all this money. You just told me that the reason why you've been so distant is because you've been working like a dog to pay for stuff for a house that she was living in already with her folks. Like, that's not even your responsibility. But, I'm trying to respect the fact that you want your child to be in a great home environment to where you ain't got to worry about whether or not he got hot food or he's able to take hot showers and all of this. So I'm like, okay, I get that. And you don't want him to be ate up by bugs and have to deal with bugs and stuff ended up being in his food. I get all that. But I'm not finna sit up and you already done warned me and told me that this heifer is gonna try me. If we was to do something, like be together, like if we was to, go to another level of some sort, and I come by, she see my car there, I ain't got time to worry about if this heifer gonna bust my windows out, bust my tires. Ain't nobody got time. I don't got time for it. I told him I ain't got time for it. I'm not into drama. I'm not here for the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? And nobody has to worry about me doing nothing to their child. I am great with kids. And, their son is young. He like 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah. I don't know if I will ever at some point have kids. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't see it happening at this point. I don't. There are just so many other variables. Like, gotta have the man. I'm not getting no sperm donor. And ain't nobody making the cut. So, yeah, I ain't got time for it. He got too much going on. Like, he's sleep. If he ain't sleep, he's with the son and half sleep then. And, you're not going to be able to have time for me. Like, I require a lot. Even though, to me, it's the bare minimum is what I require. And I've never been able to get the bare minimum in a relationship. So, I'm good where I'm at. But anyway, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to me babbling on about all the foolishness that be going on. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. So the side heifer was in her actual department today. I knew I was gonna forget it. Stuff be popping off. But like the person that was about to cause the accident, it was just so many things going on. My bad. So the side heifer tried it. She gonna get stomped out. I don't know who it's gonna be by, but she just stayed trying people. So she wasn't over in the new department today. She was over in her department, right? So this heifer, every time I would walk by, or the person that I was paired up with walked by, she would say something slick under her breath and start laughing and other little random stuff. I'm just, y'all, I had to, sing me some Negro spirituals to myself, because I'm trying to save your life, heifer. I'm trying to save your life. Because I'm already in a bad mood. I already don't want to be up in here. There are personal things that already be going on in my life that I have to try to compartmentalize. I'm tired. Like, I'm tired for real. Meaning, I ain't been getting no sleep like I'm supposed to get. Like, there's too many things going on for me to come into work to then have to deal with you. I'm telling you, when it happened, I'm hoping that I'm not going to be that one that black out. I'm really hoping that I'm not going to be the one who is going to black out and stomp her out, because I'm telling y'all, I be halfway envisioning just me snatching her and like just stomping her out. Ooh, going upside her head. Then she trip on something and I stomp her out because she on the ground already. Like, y'all, it's bad. And I'm just like, it shouldn't be like this. But she does little stuff to try you. And it's like, she does it a certain degree. She does it to a certain degree to me because I blatantly ignore her existence. Like, I will ignore her. And it's funny because somebody who was on the prior shift, they had him stay over. So he was helping do something over there. And so he was going to go to break. So I went to go get some of my resources. We crossed paths, right? So I said, I ain't going to say nothing. Because I don't have no issues with this man at all. I said, I ain't going to say nothing because where we were going to cross paths, it was not far from where she was standing. Man, tell me why, as fate would have it, the man started talking to me. He said something to me, being really nice or whatever. And so I responded to him and it made me laugh. This heifer about snapped that neck to turn around like, wait a minute. He talking to her? I'm like, girl. She be so pressed, child. She be so upset. It's sad. But yeah, she kept trying it. It was to the point where old boy that was working with me, he was like, man, the pterodactyl don't stop. I was like, what happened? So he was like, man, pterodactyl, every time I walk by, she keep on saying smart stuff under her breath, saying it just low enough to where I can't hear her, and then she started laughing, and she's standing by herself. So it's like, you're not on her phone. She doesn't have like AirPods or nothing. Like, she do be having her phone, but she's not on her phone. So it's like, you're obviously saying stuff about us. Like, girl, get a life. And so, like, he had kind of, like, got upset for a minute. I was like, man, ignore that raggedy heifer, because that's exactly what I do. She dusty, she raggedy, she ain't got no life. Girl, bye. Then, of course, she does like she normally do. She does like she normally does. She was doing like she normally does. Y'all, I can't even speak. And she kept walking away. The new man was over there. She kept leaving to go see the married man. I'm like, girl, get a life. I'm going to need for you to want better for yourself. Want better for yourself. Girl, bye. I just can't. Anyway, y'all, if I'm able to stay awake after I eat, I'm going to be watching TV shows and things, and I'm going to shingle my hair. Speaking of, when I was leaving out, one of the other people that do the same job as the divorced man, who, again, he works in the same department that he works in, the most hated department, we was coming out at the same time. He was behind me, though. And so I didn't know it was him who was behind me. So he was like, oh, I see you got the fro out. I was like, yeah. He was like, I like that. I was like, oh, okay, thank you, appreciate that. I was like, it's probably going to be different tomorrow. He was like, how so? Like, he really be interested in what my hair going to be looking like. I'm like, he was like, oh, what you going to do, lock it up? He really be, like, pushing for me to lock my hair. He sets it off. I'm like, sir, I already told this man that I have commitment issues when it comes to my hair. Like, I really be wanting to lock it, y'all. Like, my sister has sister locks, and they are so cute. My sister, y'all don't understand. First of all, would have never thought my sister would have gone natural. Would have never thought my sister would have locked her hair up. Like, y'all, if y'all knew my sister, y'all would be like, wait. That's why a lot of people were shocked when I revealed it. Amongst family and very, very, very few friends, with, of course, her face blocked out, because she don't play with having her face on social media. She works for high-profiled people and all that stuff sometimes. So, yeah, it's a lot. So I was like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. And it was really cute. Like, that's what's tripping me out. So, like, I do be wanting to lock my hair, but I'm like, I be done combed them out, and child, I can't. I like having them for like a month or two and then taking them out. So I mean, at this point, I might as well just do faux locks and keep it at that, because I like to change it up a lot. I understand that you can lock your hair and do styles on top of your locks. I don't want to do that, because I need for everything that I do to my hair to look as close to, if not as much as if it is my hair growing from my scalp. Like, almost everything that I do, people have to ask me if it's a protective style that's not just consistent of my hair. People be thinking it's my hair sometimes, depending on what it is that I'm doing. I'm like, yes, I did that really well for you to think it's my hair. Yeah. Even if it's like a different color, they'll be thinking I done dyed it. Child, it's a lot. But anyway, if I'm up to it, I'm going to shingle my hair and do a couple of, enough where I'm going to be finger coiling or whatever. Like, especially up here, because my curl pattern is a lot looser up here. So, I got to do what I got to do. But anyway, again, I bored y'all enough. I had to tell y'all about that foolishness, because I was like, dang, I know I'm missing out something. I couldn't think of what it was that I was missing. I'm telling y'all, because when that car did what it did, it messed me up. But anyway, thank y'all for listening. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.